Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
And on the phone line, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, heifers and steers. We have Drew Gaffney on the line from Broken Bow and Burwell Livestock. Drew, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Well, what do you think? We got a little rain, maybe 35 hundredths or so, a little trace this morning. Are we going to start opening up the rain gauge and filling it full of water one of these days?
Well, hopefully this will prime the pump a little bit and get things rolling.
Yeah, no kidding. It's dry out there. And I know 35 hundredths will help. We get a nice warm day with some wind, and that will be gone in a hurry, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's for sure.
So let's hope for a nice soaker of about, a couple inches, maybe 2.5 inches slow soaking rain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good slow soaking rain. And get back to the guys in the sandhills bitching about wet feet.
Yeah. Yeah, they do have. They've got a little different circumstance up that way, and I'm sure you talk to those guys too. So that pretty much spells it out, Drew. Thanks a lot. What's happening at the barns?
So last week we had 2 big days weigh-ups in both Burwell and Broken Bow. Broken Bow, we walked right about 850 head of those weigh-ups right through the ring. Kind of give you a recap on what we did there. In the high-yielding cows, we were 150 to 167 and a half. In the feeding cows, we were 138 to 149.75. Poorer, thinner cows are 136 to 137. Heiferettes are 158 to 255. And the bulls were 160 to 255. I called that market fully steady, probably about 2 or 3 higher on those feeding type cows, and bulls was dang sure 4 to 5 higher. This week got 2 big days again. Back on Thursday, we got a special feeder sale in Broken Bow. We're going to be looking at about 2,500 head of cattle there on Thursday. Got a lot of nice light fall calves, green calves. Got some good replacement type heifers on that sale. Could be an all-around good feeder sale on Thursday. And then back on Friday, got a special cow-calf pair and bred cow and bred heifer sale in Burwell. Got a really nice run of those pairs. Got some good bred cows. Guys still needing some of those, and nice little string of bred heifers over there. Encourage you to get on the website and take a look. Got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew, thanks a lot. Keep on rolling, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. It is 7:34. Never know exactly what you're going to get from Drew Gaffney, but it's always fairly factual. Some of his jokes, maybe not so much, but his description of things is very honest.
Yes, it is that.
I'm sure his mother is proud.
We love you, Drew.
Oh, gosh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be celebrating the 1980s today on the country side, so get ready for that. We're going to switch it up a little bit, play a little 80s country for you, and I think we've got some good cuts lined up for the show today. It's also, of course, April Fool's Day today, and they call it St. Stupid Day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, some historians believe April Fool's Day originated in France in the 16th century, back when some people still mark the start of the new year on April 1st. Those who refused to accept the new calendar were shunned as April Fools and had tricks played on it because they still wanted to start the year out April 1. So that's how it all got started. And there's probably some stunts going to be played today, so be aware.
I hate this day.
You never know exactly.
You're always looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
You spend the entire day looking over your shoulder. Okay, is this real? Is someone having fun with me? You know, man.
Yeah,
It's a long day.
make it a fun joke, not a cruel one, trick.
Good point.
Yeah, could hurt somebody's feelings. We sure wouldn't want to do that.
No.
So every year since 1986, somebody issues a press release for the annual New York City April's Fool Day Parade, even though it hasn't and does
Doesn't
not
exist.
No. And in 1996, one of the more famous tricks, Taco Bell ran a full-page ad in several major newspapers claiming it purchased the Liberty Bell and was renaming it to the Taco Liberty Bell, which wasn't true. People were getting up in arms about it, and it was just a trick.
Mm-hmm.
It's also National Dingus Day.
Okay. What does that mean?
It's a Polish holiday.
Oh.
Yeah. Known as Wet Easter Monday.
Okay.
In addition to beer drinking and polka dancing, there's also a bunch of weird traditions. Guys are encouraged to sprinkle water on the girls or tap them on the legs with pussy willow branches.
Okay.
Yeah. Who says romance is dead?
Yeah, I
Think about that now.
didn't know that holiday existed.
Hey, I got an idea.
Oh, what?
We have pussy willows on our place. If you want to come down and snip off a couple and chase Shelley with a pussy willow, let me know. I'll make that available.
Okay.
We'll make that available
Wow.
to you.
Thanks, neighbor.
And I can imagine.
Boy, how many times do you go? This always happens to me at the convenience store. You walk up, you lay some snacks down, whatever you're purchasing, and they ring it up, and that'll be 501.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I know.
I don't have a penny.
The tradition.
And fortunately, people put, they still have the little trays there that have a few pennies in there, and the cashier is always so nice to just grab a penny and make it to where you just get an even dollar back instead of 99 cents.
I think we'll miss that. If they take the penny away from us, we're not going to have that little generosity thing going with the tray or the dish.
That's
at the
true.
counter. We're going to have to come around to the nearest nickel. Birthdays today. Logan Paul is 30 today. Social media star, YouTuber, and has over 39 million YouTube subscribers, billions of views, and he is also a WWE wrestler.
He is.
So I expect him to be appointed to the cabinet very, very soon.
Yeah, he's got a little feud going with the phenomenal AJ Styles right now.
How do you know this?
I don't know.
Oh,
Someone told me. They're going to meet up at WrestleMania.
Oh, they
I know.
are?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
That's exciting, Brent.
Yes.
Rachel Maddow is 52, political commentator, host of CNBC's Rachel Maddow Show. She won a Grammy for Best Spoken Word album for her book Blowout. Things are a little unsettled right now at CNBC, so she's still there, but some of the announcers are not. Some of them are taking a little vacation, so there's all kinds of speculation there. I don't think any of those will be appointed to a cabinet position, though. Hillary Scott, 39.
Lady A.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also released a solo gospel album in 2016. And Randy Orton is 45. I suppose you know him as well.
The Viper. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
He's one of the greats.
Well, there is no such thing as a great.
What? He is.
They're great athletes. They're not wrestlers. They do not wrestle. Ask Kurt Crawley. Do they wrestle?
No. No. That's why they call it sports entertainment. It's called that for a reason.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm full aware of that. I don't even try to pretend that they are like these high school and college athletes that wrestle. They're not that.
They're acrobats.
Some of them are pretty athletic.
He became this. This doesn't really matter because it was all a setup deal. I don't want to ruin this for you, but
okay.
He became the youngest person to hold the WWE Heavyweight Championship at age 24.
Yeah, it was a great night.
Oh God! Please help us. Hey, Nebraska won a somewhat, in a way, ugly game last night, especially first half. But
first half was kind of ugly. Boys, second half they got it cranked up.
They did crank it
great.
up. And they did what they needed to do. They knocked out the big man and were able to kind of take over and control the second half. I felt like listening to it on the radio, and I watched a little bit of it on TV. They were kind of rushing things at first half. I mean, it just seemed like they weren't in rhythm, but they've been laid off for a while, so all these teams haven't played for a while. So it'll be interesting to see as the tournament goes along if they get that rhythm back a little bit more, but they're moving forward. They play, Wednesday night?
Wednesday night, the opponent will be Georgetown. Who knocked off Washington State last night. So it'll be Nebraska and Georgetown. Coverage, we'll broadcast it, by the way, tomorrow night on KBBN 95.3 FM, and right now they're showing coverage on the Huskers radio network beginning at 7:30 tomorrow night.
All right, thank you, Brent. That'll be interesting. Kent Pavelka does not like Las Vegas. I just want you to know that. He doesn't like it at all. He's not shy about telling that on the radio.
All right.
Just doesn't care for it. But he's there.
Yeah.
The other guy, the color guy, is going to go hit the tables after the game.
He?
Yeah,
all right.
But not Kent. He doesn't like Vegas.
Oh, wow. I do want to say this, though. I was so happy watching the game. I was so happy for Cale Jacobson. He's a Nebraska kid. He has never entered the transfer portal. He wants to be a Husker. Came in the second half. Was he the leading scorer? No. Was he probably the leading rebounder? No. But my goodness, the energy that kid brought to the game in the second half, it made everybody it's like everybody fueled off of that and everybody played better. Happy for that kid.
That's great.
And the way he played in the second half. That was great to watch. He was just in the middle of everything. Played great.
Good.
Got an opportunity to play, and boy, did he take advantage of it. So,
all the practices and all the hard work finally gets to experience it on the court.
Yeah.
In real game action. So yeah. We have a very important event coming up on Sunday we wanted to tell you about. They're having a benefit for the Meyer family. Ken Meyer had a very bad stroke a few months ago, and the Broken Bow Lions Club will be hosting a fundraiser for him and his wife, Peg. This will be this Sunday, April 6th, at the Broken Bow Municipal Building. It'll start at 11 a.m. Free will donation meal, and please bring a dessert to share if you would like. There's also a silent auction that will be held, and you can donate to that auction yet if you would like by getting a hold of Julie Tolene. at 402-677-9323, or Bridget at 720-505-1275. Heather or Rod also. Look at the poster. This information also on San Jose Express. You can get those numbers, but if you would like to make a donation to the silent auction, you can still do that. And if you'd like to make a donation to the Ken Meyer family and you can't make the event on Sunday, you can drop by Custer Federal State Bank and make a donation. An account is set up there.
And if I could add to that
Yes.
quick, yesterday we visited with members of the Lions Club about the fundraiser, and we will play that interview back for you during our public affairs program just after 10 o'clock this morning on KCNI Radio, so tune in and find out more about the event.
All right. Thank you, Brent. I'm glad you mentioned that. Pull that microphone over there, Jason. Jason is here from Arrowseed. Jason, we're going to play the game, and we'll test your skills as well.
Okay.
Before we get into what's going on at Arrowseed, which is quite busy right now, so we'll find out more about that. We have our questions printed off today. Everything is running smoother today. I haven't felt like, I'm running at a D- today. I'm going to shoot for an A or A- on engineering and structuring the show on the fly.
I think you're well on your way.
I feel like we got a good show going. Yeah.
All right. Here is your question for the game today. This week it's all about L.A., the city of angels, because Los Angeles was incorporated as a city on April 4th, 1850. So here's your question for today. This restaurant was the most famous hat-shaped restaurant in the world. What was its name? The Brown Derby, the Top Hat Cafe, Cowboy California, or the Blue Beret? This restaurant in L.A. was the most famous hat-shaped restaurant in the world. What was its name? The Brown Derby, the Top Hat Cafe, Cowboy California, or the Blue Beret? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
And it is Tumbleweed Day, or maybe a Cracker Jack prize as well.
Yep, free food item to Cracker Jacks is on the line.
872-2801.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow offers delicious food in a family-friendly atmosphere. Open 6 until 4. Don't miss daily lunch specials and the Sunday buffet. Need a quick bite? Express breakfast is 6 to 11 Monday to Friday, and express lunch is 11 to 2. On the go, pick up a ready-to-go casserole for busy nights. For evening cravings, visit Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill. Open nightly from 5 to 10 with specials, appetizers, and snacks. It's all waiting for you on East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show
My day starts right.
with Dave and Brent.
We have Don on the line. Good morning, Don. How are you?
Good morning. Great. You?
Oh, not too darn bad. Here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Don, this restaurant in L.A. was the most famous hat-shaped restaurant in the world. What was its name? Choices are the Brown Derby, the Top Hat Cafe, Cowboy California, or the Blue Beret.
The Brown Derby?
The Brown Derby would be the correct answer. You got it. And because you've answered correctly, we have a certificate that's going to get you a free food item at Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill here in Broken Bow. So just come on out and see us when you can.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. 10 minutes before the hour, let's talk Arrowseed with Jason. Been a little busy, huh?
Yes, it has been.
That's good.
You bet.
And did this little jag of rain encourage people to maybe get those seeds in the ground ahead of the rain or during the rain or after the rain?
Yeah, a lot of guys coming in, trying to beat the rain, getting some stuff put in. I was kind of gone over the weekend. Did it rain much up here?
We ended up with a total of about 3,500, which, came nicely. So
Yeah.
a little icy with it, but it all melted down. So, yeah,
Good.
it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So what are the guys and gals putting in the ground right now?
A lot of the spring small grains, the oats, some spring barley, peas, getting ready for some alfalfa, stuff like that. And,
Okay.
Yep. A lot of people coming in for, getting some of the forage forage seed, for hay and everything that come this summer. Getting that booked up, and the lawn and garden stuff is going, and the 5-step, and getting a lot of people booked back up for that.
All right. On the seed side, is supply holding up okay?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's been going out pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know you're set for, you've got plenty of garden seed and that sort of thing. You guys buy and sell in the bulk.
Yeah.
But you package it up.
Yep.
As people need, which is great.
Yep.
You're not buying a colored package, you're buying seed, which is a good way to do it. And I know Arrow Seed's known for its quality, so you know what kind of seed you want to put in those packages.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our distributor is probably one of the best, I think, in the country, and should all work really well for everybody.
Yeah. I think we're all, well, the lawns, in some cases, are getting a little green. Even if you watered it a little bit, it would green it up. But this little jag of snow here a while back and this 3500s, at least here in the immediate area, helping things to get started and green up a little bit.
Yeah, things are getting started. Just got to keep hoping that we catch a little more rain through the spring here.
Talk a little bit about the STEP program. If somebody out there is thinking about, I want to do a little bit more planned fertilizer, keeping the lawn green all summer. How does that work? You set up for different steps? Can you select different steps? How does it all work?
Yeah, we have the 5-step program. We send out flyers for the time that it's ready to apply to your yards, but you just come in and give us the square footage, and you get and you pay for just what you need. You don't have that half a bag sitting around in your garage for later, and the fertilizer that we got is, strictly for your yards. It's really good stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but if I were to walk in and say I have absolutely no clue what the square footage of my yard is, can you still help me out?
Oh, you bet.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
We might tack a few on now.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. I just wondered.
Yep.
I'm guessing I'm maybe not the only one that doesn't necessarily know what the exact square footage of their yard is, but...
Yeah, and we've had people, when their first go around, that they'll spread and they'll be like, man, I ran short.
Yeah,
the next
sure.
step, could you add on, a couple thousand square feet or something? And you bet.
Good.
All right. Okay. What else you have there for us, Jason?
I got to keep my list here.
Oh, that's fine.
But yeah, we're still looking for help in the store and at the location there, and kind of having a blowout sale on our food processing stuff. So it's you won't find it cheaper anywhere, I don't think. So
okay.
Yep.
And again, very high quality.
Yep. It's the
equipment.
LEM products.
Yeah.
Yep. Very, very good quality stuff.
So you got a sale on that. Probably a little slower time of the year for that sort of thing. So you're putting it on sale. Somebody wants to get started. And
yeah.
Yep.
But actually, you can do this anytime. We think about the processing side. We're thinking about deer and turkeys and all of that sort of thing. But you can make your own sausage and different things anytime.
Oh, you bet.
With pork or beef or chicken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And a lot of the stuff makes great, birthday gifts.
Yeah.
If you know somebody that likes doing that stuff, and yep.
There's also a little trend out there. I don't know how big it is in this area, but people are trying to figure out how to eat non-processed foods, which are healthier for you than salted things in a can and that sort of thing. This is an alternative that you can look at for helping your effort towards non-processed foods, along with a garden. Right?
Oh,
yeah.
you betcha.
So
yeah, we have some the food saver sealers left, and for your garden come later on. Be ready that you can vacuum seal everything up that you want to keep.
Then along about November, December, you pull those out of the freezer and they're nice and fresh and
you bet
without processing.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So folks, there's that for you.
I guess, just main thing is get in now and take a look and see what you have on the floor.
Yep.
And of course, with the seeds, I'm assuming there's a window and, there is a supply issue sometimes this time of year for certain seeds in the fields. But
Yeah, and we've had a lot of questions about like potatoes and onions. That's been kind of a challenge. Our distributor basically can't ship them or won't ship them until the nighttime temperatures stay above 40.
Oh.
Because it damages the potatoes.
Sure.
And he goes, I kind of get tired of getting held liable for that when it's really.
Yeah.
So he goes, we just won't ship them until that destination's going to be above 40 for at least a couple days.
Well, it's probably, all in all, that's probably an okay thing because everybody gets a little, the underground plants that people put in, we get a little hurried in that. We maybe rush it a little bit, so that might just slow us down a little.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Jason. Anything else?
I think that covers her.
All right. I've been hearing anything about mice. There's still mice out there trying to get in or out.
Oh, I think so. I think so.
You still have a solution or two for that, don't you?
Oh, you bet. We have the the bait packs and the soft baits, but we also have they're called the smart traps.
Yeah.
And one is a CO2 driven that eliminates them, and another one is a rechargeable one.
Okay. And you can actually have an app on your phone if you want to and let you know when something happened.
Yep. So you can go dispose of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, very good. All right.
Yep.
Thanks, Jason.
You betcha.
Appreciate it. It is 7:57. We're celebrating music from the 80s on the countryside today.
Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Wisconsin voters will choose today who will fill a state Supreme Court seat, the most expensive judicial race in U.S. history. University of Minnesota professor Lawrence Jacobs.
This state Supreme Court race, which usually has maybe a fifth of the electorate turning out, is all of a sudden having extraordinary amounts of money being poured in as Democrats and Republicans see the stakes.
The Trump administration says in a court filing it mistakenly deported an El Salvador native with protected status. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
At this point, there does not appear to be a plan to remedy the mistake that happened and to get Mr. Garcia back in the United States.
An apparent tornado ripped the roof off a school gym in Dothan, Alabama. 8th grader Oliver McBroom.
Shingles started flying everywhere, glass started breaking, and so they moved us out to the hallway. And the teachers did try their best to keep us safe.
CBS News Brief, I'm Wendy Gillette.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. 783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KOLN, a man accused of tossing a dead dog that was still in its kennel into a river in Blue Springs over a week ago has received multiple citations. Deputies with the Gage County Sheriff's Office were called to the area near the Big Blue River Bridge at 7:25 on March 21st and found a dead dog in the river. The Beatrice Home Society took possession of the dead animal, which deputies turned over to an animal control officer to transport to Beatrice. During the investigation, deputies contacted a 37-year-old Wymore man, who they believed was the owner of the dead dog. The man reportedly told deputies that the dog had died at his home before he tossed it into the river, according to the sheriff's office. The man was cited for violations of state statutes regarding animal neglect and depositing a carcass in a waterway. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Chicago Cubs won the late ball game in Sacramento, beating the Athletics 18-3. Carson Kelly hit for the cycle. He went 4 for 4, 5 RBIs. The Dodgers are 6-0 after beating winless Atlanta 6-1, and Braves outfielder Jurickson Profar was suspended 80 games for PEDs. The Padres are 5-0 for the first time ever after downing Cleveland 7-2. Wins for Detroit and San Francisco. Cincinnati was a 14-3 winner over Texas as Ellie De La Cruz went 4 for 5, 7 RBIs, including 2 home runs. The Mets got a grand slam from Pete Alonso among their 4 homers in a win at Miami 10-4. The Red Sox are giving lefty pitcher Garrett Crochet a 6-year extension. In the NBA, Oklahoma City won its 10th straight game, Boston its 9th straight, Lakers beat Houston, and women's basketball wins for Texas and Connecticut.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Cloudy today with a chance for storms. Highs around 62. South winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected again tonight. Chance of thunderstorms. Lows level off around 32. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance of rain showers. High of 52. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Visit the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow, located conveniently on Highway 2. From the highest quality cuts of meat to a great selection inside GK Wine and Spirits, it's at the GK. They take pride in their friendly staff and encourage you to join the rewards program at Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
It is about 6 minutes past the hour. Let's go outside with Jack and find out what it really feels like Jack, what's the situation out there?
Well, it's pretty chilly for being 41 degrees outside. Definitely cloudy and foggy off towards the Callaway Road. Winds are definitely the factor for the chilliness. 5 to 15 out of the southeast. Barometric pressure at 29.59 with humidity at 85%. Had a trace of rain, but nothing measurable, and no measurable precipitation for this month. High yesterday of 48. Overnight low was stayed steady at 41. Sunrise today was at 7:21, and sunset today 8:04.
All right, we're going to test your memory just a little bit here, Jack. What was the total for the month of March, precipitation-wise?
80 hundredths.
An even 80 hundredths.
Yep.
Well, that would have been nice in one rain, but not for a whole month, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Is there any moisture out there right now, Jack? Can you feel is it a little mist or anything?
Not really misty, just windy.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
It's 8:06. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast
Suppose
Show.
I called you up tonight and told you that I love you. And suppose I said I want to come back home. And suppose I cried.
Yeah, is this Kristen?
Yes.
At the front desk?
Yes.
Kristen Shirley?
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling she just doesn't really want to talk to you much.
I got to turn you up a little, Kristen, so everybody can hear you.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you glad you're there?
No.
Well, we wanted to take this opportunity to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, nice.
Well, thank you very much.
You're an April Fool's baby.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Not much fun.
Well, happy birthday, Kristen.
Thank you.
And proceed with whatever you're doing. We won't bother you anymore.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, Kristen, doing a great job for us out front there and with the traffic and billing and all of that sort of thing here at KCNI KBBN. It's amazing to me how long Kristen's been here. She's been here a while now. There are not very many newbies here except for Jack.
Yeah.
The rest of us are ancient. Well, not Kristen. I don't mean you're ancient, Kristen. No, I just mean in seniority.
We're experienced.
Yeah, experienced. There you go. Hey, if you're looking for a good job, the Broken Bow Golf Course is now taking applications for a clubhouse manager. And they would like somebody who is ready to be responsible for managing summer employees, social media and advertising, event planning, inventory and service of both the food and the bar, and be able to balance the cash drawer at the end of the day. This will be a full-time position during the seasonal time for golfing, and that actually lasts quite a long time anymore. It seems like people golf early spring to late fall anymore, but they'll let you know the time frame there, full-time through the golfing season. So contact Scott at 870-6081 or Mo at 870-1406. This job is also on Sandhills Express if you want to look it over.
Speaking of job opportunities, here's another one that's posted for you right now on sandhillsexpress.com. To look at all of these openings, just go to the employment page. The Nebraska Department of Transportation has an exceptional opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Broken Bow. At the NDOT, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package. To apply, you need to go online because an online state application must be completed. So go to this website, statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity, veterans preference employer.
All right, thank you very much, Brent. Appreciate that here on this April's Fool's Day. Kind of be careful out there, folks. There could be some tricks being played. I'm not trying to trick you. I need your help.
Oh, good. Okay.
And
right.
I thought about this, and I wasn't going to bring it up, but then it just seemed like a natural to me.
I get nervous when conversations start that way with you.
This all comes through recent conversations that we've had about the neighborhood and about you and I being neighbors, and you were becoming frustrated, I believe, because I was trying to, make your place active and
Oh, no, not
friendly.
Frustrated at all. I finally have come around to your way of thinking.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So here's what I'm wondering. Since you're okay with everything that I present to you, then here's my latest idea.
Oh, great.
I've just found out through the grapevine that you're kind of specific about how you want people to park around your house. And I have the old Monte Carlo on the one side of my garage, and the other side of the garage is full of stuff, like a lot of garages.
Sure.
And it's where Joan feeds the cats and so forth. So my driveway gets congested sometimes with cars. And I was just thinking it would probably help if my car wasn't parked in the driveway. So since you're so ready to agree to everything, I was thinking if I could, I'd just park my car in your driveway to relieve the the congestion that we have in ours. And then I'll just walk over in the mornings and get my car when I come to work. I get here just a little bit before you do, and I could even knock on the door and wake you up, make sure you're up if you want.
Oh.
But I could just park it. Which side do you want me to park it on?
Probably more on the the west side of the driveway, behind my car. My car is in that slot. Now, let's get a little bit more specific here. You're just wanting to pull it into the driveway. You're not wanting to park it in the garage.
Well, it would be nice if you'd pull yours out and I could pull mine in.
Here we go.
Because that way, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't have to wash it quite so often. We're kind of almost through the, frozen windshield, frosty windshield thing. So it really wouldn't be a bother for you to have yours outside because you wouldn't have to scrape the windows. Mine could be inside, and then when you'd have to give me the garage door opener so I could get in there, and then I could actually just honk a couple of times in your garage before I left, make sure you're up so you'd be here at 7.
Yeah. You know what? We could probably work something out. Now, because you would be using the use of our facilities, especially garage, I'd have to probably have to charge you for it. There probably have to be a fee. But you know what? We could work something out. It's not personal. It's just business.
Gosh, I thought we were neighbors. I thought
we are. We live across the street from one another.
My driveway is congested. I can't park out in front of my house because I don't have a mailbox.
Well, now listen. If I were to charge you for it, it wouldn't be personal. That's just business. Good friend of mine taught me that.
Well, let me double check here. I got to check with my banker.
All right.
Because I'd have to probably borrow money to be able to pay for the rent. That'd really, and then interest on top of that. Let me check that in there. Yeah. Oh, there it is. There's the location. I got the map.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I could pull in. Now, I could, if you wanted me to, park the car out in front of your house. But I have to stay away from the mailbox area.
Yeah.
Because people...
I get... it'd be better for you to just pull in the driveway.
You would rather rent me the space in your garage?
Yes, pretty much.
That sounds pretty typical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you park on the side of the road, that obviously that creates a road not being as wide. So that kind of creates it could create a traffic hazard.
Well, or it could slow some people down.
So I don't want you to do that.
It could slow some people down.
Yeah, well.
Because they sometimes come down that hill pretty fast, Brent.
It can.
And we got kids next door.
Yes.
Maybe I could park out front of your house and charge you a fee for slowing the traffic down so that everybody would be safe in the neighborhood, including you and Shelley.
Yeah. You're amazing.
I think we could work something out there.
Yeah, I bet we could, neighbor.
manage urological disorders, or Dr. Islam, a nephrologist specializing in kidney care and treating diseases of the kidneys. Dr. Pullman visits the third Tuesday of the month, and Dr. Islam visits the first Monday of the month at Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow.
Your friends at Varney Pharmacy in Broken Bow are proud to offer the products and service you love having on your side for the best experience possible. Leader brand products on their shelves offer great value compared to national brand equivalents, while also meeting or exceeding FDA quality standards. You can also shop a great variety of gift items and greeting cards at Varney Pharmacy. With their knowledgeable staff ready and waiting to help, Varney Pharmacy, located in downtown Broken Bow.
Mark Stock coming up in just a moment or two. Before we go to Mark, let's talk about another job opening. The City Cafe in Broken Bow is needing 2 servers. Duties would include waiting and bussing tables and some cashiering. Hours would be from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m., no weekends or evenings. So stop into the City Cafe on the west side of the square in Broken Bow for an application. You may be working, you would be working with Betty, one of the best cooks in town. And they are looking for a replacement for Diane, who is retiring after 17 years of service at the City Cafe. So they're looking for some dedicated servers to continue that tradition at the City Cafe. So stop in and get your application in today.
It's time to party this week at Sylvester's. They got live music coming back this Friday. It's a party so great, it's been over 2 months in the making. Wrecked Jenny is coming back to Sylvester's. They were scheduled to be here in January, but it didn't work out. So the anticipation has all led to this Friday night, as they'll be coming to Sylvester's, covering your favorite rock songs from the 80s, 90s, and today. No cover charge to dance the night away at Sylvester's this Friday, East Highway 2, Broken Bow. So come on out, join them Friday night. Wrecked Jenny, performing from 9 until 1 on Friday.
Mark Stock, right after these words.
I love the morning show. Wake up with us. We sound way better than this. KCNI KBBN Radio.
Geared for Sports is ready for the spring season. Whether you're gearing up for baseball, softball, or just enjoying being a fan, they have you covered with a wide range of men's, women's, and youth sizes. Golfers, they have gear for you too. And all your softball and baseball essentials like gloves, pants, balls, bats, and hats are at Geared for Sports. Plus, new arrival alert, Kane Recovery footwear stays functional in water and on land. Come try a pair on. Open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Geared for Sports in Broken Bow.
Explore a career in broadcasting. Jobs in advertising, sales, news, sports, digital content, and more are available at the NBA Virtual Job Fair on now at broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com. See the kinds of jobs available, as well as specific positions here at KCNI KBBN. You can apply for jobs online. It's on now. Brought to you by KCNI KBBN at broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com. KCNI KBBN Radio is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. Mark Stock here with Big Iron Auction Company, and today we'll be conducting the Auxier Farms estate sale. Items include a John Deere HX10 rotary cutter, a Klaus Lexion 740 TT four-wheel drive combine, 2018 Challenger 1050 mechanical front tractor, John Deere 4730 self-propelled sprayer, 2021 Parker 1354 grain cart, and many more items. There's a John Deere 7800 mechanical front tractor with a loader. These items start to close this morning at 10 o'clock Central Time. We also have some farmland selling in Illinois. We have 2 rural warehouse buildings, commercial property selling in Phillips County, Colorado. And then at 1 o'clock this afternoon is the D&D bull sale. Bulls located by Herman, Nebraska. 49 yearling and 2-year-old Black Angus and Red Angus bulls will sell. All of their pedigrees are listed on the Big Iron website. A great opportunity to put some quality genetics into your herd and use the Big Iron website to get your bulls purchased. You're going to buy them right off the ranch, folks, in Herman, Nebraska for D&D bull sale. And then tomorrow on Big Iron, 1,740 plus items will start to close at 9 o'clock in the morning. The Hegberg Feed Yard LLC in Spencer, Nebraska will be selling equipment. Jordan Qualm is in Sherman, South Dakota. They have items selling. We also have Yakeley Ranches in South Dakota. Winninghoff's Inc. in Omaha, Nebraska is a seller. Highline Co-op, Sutherland, Nebraska. They have 3 really nice sprayers, a 2021 John Deere R4044 self-propelled sprayer and a 20-year model John Deere R4045 self-propelled dry spreader. A wide variety of equipment will sell here on Wednesday. All of the owners' names and numbers are listed, so you can contact them directly and ask questions, and they will sell with no reserve starting at 9 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, T&J Farms, their retirement sale, 43 items. Their headliner, a super sharp John Deere 4955 mechanical front tractor. Also a 2020 Ford F-250 STX 4x4 crew cab pickup. A Polaris Ranger UTV will also be selling, and a Case 580D loader backhoe. The sale for T&J Farms featuring 43 items selling on Thursday. Also on Thursday, 155 acres of Greeley County, Nebraska, pivot irrigated farmland will sell to the highest bidder. If you're looking for a nice farm to add to your operation for the 2025 crop year, this is your opportunity. The pivot irrigated farm lays flat to gently rolling, has a very good gravel road access, and is only 3.5 miles off Highway 56. Included is an 8-tower Zematic pivot, a 100 horsepower electric motor with a pump, and a stock well in the northwest corner. Now, Jim and John Stock are facilitating this real estate auction, and they will be at the Cedar Rapids, Nebraska Fire Hall here on Thursday morning to help with bidding assistance. Once again, this is an online land auction, and Bradley Andreessen and Britton Andreessen are the sellers. Jim and John Stock are the Big Iron Realty agents that are handling this transaction. More information on bigiron.com. A little advance notice, next week we're going to have our ranch horse auction. 15 really nice horses will sell. If you are in the market for horses and some saddles, please check them all out on the Big Iron website. We are listing machinery now that will sell in May, June, and July. We are already scheduling retirement auctions for the summer months and saving dates for this fall and winter season in 2025. If you are retiring, or if you just have a couple items that you no longer use in your operation and you would like to get them sold, it starts with a phone call to 402-276-2077, and we will engage the area rep to come visit with you and develop the plan to get your property sold. If you're thinking about selling a farm or a ranch, we will have the real estate professionals that work in your area take care of that particular need for you as well. We have our livestock sales on a regular basis, so it all starts with a call to 402-276-2077. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
And thank you very much, Mark Stock, for another great report with lots of activities with Big Iron Auction Company. Well, the month of March has concluded. This is April 1st, as we've mentioned a few times today, and we'd like to one more time thank our National Ag Month sponsors. And you heard the different messages in the last 31 days about how important agriculture is to this area. That's what we are here in Nebraska, really. And so we thank you, Custer Public Power, Mount Custer Truck Sales, Agribest Feeds, Mead Lumber, 450 Ag, V-Bar Trailer Sales and Service, State Farm Insurance, Nebraska State Bank, Downey Drilling, Custer Federal State Bank, Bailey Crop, Agrit Technologies, A1 Auto Repair, Mills Hardware and Feed, Brad White Equipment, Power Solutions, Trotter Fertilizer, and Trotter Service. Thank you for sponsoring our Ag Month and Ag Week messages that have been aired on KCNI KBBN in the month of March. Lenten season continues, and the Knights of Columbus Fish Fry continue. And let's see, this is coming up on April 4th in Sargent. This Friday it will be at the Sargent Community Building. And everybody's saying how good the fish has been. If you haven't got there, get to Sargent. If you've had fish, go get some more at the Sargent Community Center. They start around 5:30 at these events through the Knights of Columbus Fish Fries. It is time to take a quick break. When we come back, more country from the late 1980s here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing the list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Burning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at burningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get you started. Burning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Andrew Mason. Normally I would say with Pearson PT, but that's no longer the case. We are now Rise Rehab and Performance. As you may have heard, Aaron Nelson and myself took over the clinic at the beginning of the year, and now we are moving forward with a new name. Again, it's Rise Rehab and Performance. Same location, same number, same awesome staff, and the same great care you've come to expect from us. That's Rise Rehab and Performance. Come see us for all your physical therapy needs, 872-5800.
Power Solutions is your one-stop diesel shop. Efficient and reliable work you can count on. From fixing major breakdowns to simple repairs or picking up parts needed. Power Solutions is here to keep your diesel pickups and trucks on the road. From in-house repairs to field calls, they are here supporting our local area. Power Solutions, located 2 miles east of Broken Bow, Nebraska on Highway 2. 308-872-5522.
Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star, can you send me luck from where you are? Can you make a rainbow shine that far? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star, can you really make a wish come true? Or do you shine on just a chosen few? Is it over? Have I gone too far? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star. Like two ships on the ocean, we drifted apart, and you found an island at sea. I'm still adrift with this pain in my heart. Won't you send her sweet love back to me? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star, can you send me love from where you are? Can you make a rainbow shine that far? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star.
KCNI KBBN Radio.
This is April Good, proud to be with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. We guarantee you the very best exposure in marketing your property, averaging over 40,000 visitors per month to our website. This market is hot, but if you want a premium for your farm, ranch, or recreational land, you need your property to be able to be found by investors and buyers. If you are thinking about selling, call me, April Good, for a free market analysis and check us out at lashleyland.com.
At Pharmacy Chemical, we focus on one thing, crop protection, helping you find cost-effective solutions custom tailored to your operation. By prioritizing active ingredients, we work to provide options that fit your needs and budget. As an independent company, we source products and adjust programs based on what works best for your farm and spray program, because we know each one of you is unique. Pharmacy Chemical, precision crop protection, focusing on helping people. For all things crop protection, including excellent financing options, give us a call, 308-537-4412.
Well, there's a lot of you out there who don't care about this next feature story, but there are some of you out there who will be sorely disappointed, and I hate to bring you sad news on April Fool's Day, and this is not a joke. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, this is factual. This is true.
Yes,
this is serious.
Came in this morning.
Okay.
Hooters files for bankruptcy.
Oh.
Yes. Their sales, there's a whole lot of lines I could use here. I'm going to avoid those. I just can't go there. It's so tempting. But anyway, Hooters has filed for bankruptcy. They have a $376 million debt problem.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, the company says they've been struggling because of inflation, labor, and food costs. Probably a common issue with restaurants and entertainment centers and so forth. It seems that cash-strapped Americans are not spending as much. And so that's the sad news. Hooters filing bankruptcy. Now, will it be reformed, reconstructed? I don't know. Just a couple of lines that
It's really hard. Yes, I gotcha.
Well, let me just say this: the reason they're going bankrupt because sales have been sagging.
Oh, okay. Oh, Dave. Yes.
Anyway,
yes,
that story has been released.
All right.
If you like to go to Hooters, like when you go on trips to different places, especially maybe guys going fishing or something like that, it might not be there for you. You might have to take in another restaurant. Speaking of food, Mexico bans junk food in their schools.
Ah.
The entire country is banning junk food in their schools. Of course, it's not the United States, it's Mexico, which seems kind of, we have controversy here about banning books, but I don't know about junk food. Mexico is a country with the worst reports of obese people. They have a real problem there. And so they're taking junk food out of the Mexican schools. They're not going to have any for sale, including sugary fruit drinks, chips, or pork rinds. Schools are also required to start serving healthy alternatives like bean tacos and plain drinking water rather than sodas. According to UNICEF, Mexico's childhood obesity rate is an emergency. At that point, they decided maybe this junk food has to go. So Hooters, probably not going to be around anymore. Junk food in Mexican schools will be outlawed.
Is Christy back with the donuts yet?
Well, we have to celebrate Christian's birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go fishing.
Lazy yellow moon coming up to
Fishing in the dark, of course, the sounds of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band here on The Breakfast Show. I just was thinking about Hooters.
Oh.
And we were just talking about Hooters. How some things, I realize, Hooters was a place, there was nothing wrong with it. They had good food, and
Yes.
and they had these ladies who dressed a little scantily, but not terrible. And it was very popular. And now they're going broke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it sounds like.
Yeah. That's crazy what's going on in this world. Here's one for you.
Okay.
Charges could be coming because of a junior high school fight. Now, that's probably not big news, because that unfortunately happens in schools. But prosecutors in Texas are considering criminal charges against a junior high school student accused of beating up another kid after video of the incident had gone viral. But here's the thing that kind of puzzles me, and I'll throw it your way, folks, and you, Brent. One teacher who tried to break up the fight is getting a lot of guff on social media for not putting his coffee down. So in other words, this one kid was beating on this other kid, and the teacher held on to his coffee. He did not put his coffee down, but others are defending him, saying that he lacks the proper training to break up fights. Well, you might have a better chance to break up a fight if you weren't holding a cup of coffee. That's just me.
That's interesting. Yeah, you kind of would like to know a little bit more about the story on that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And there might have been other teachers there, and he was standing there with a cup of coffee. I don't know. But he's getting dragged on social media for, I don't know, maybe trying to break him up with one hand and hold his coffee. And maybe he never even thought about it. What do I do with my coffee under these circumstances? But I guess you could set it down over in a corner real quick. But maybe he didn't think about it.
Uh-huh.
But nowadays, when you make a mistake like that, or not a mistake in some people's eyes, because you aren't properly trained, it's going to be on video.
Yeah, just about everything gets videoed anymore, doesn't it?
It changes everything.
It
really
does. Yeah, it has.
And there's a good side to that. There's a good side to it. Having cameras on police, a good thing. Keeps things more on the up and up.
Yeah, brings about a sense of accountability in some situations, for sure.
But, there's cases where evidently the kids were probably videoing that. And out on the streets, adults video incidents like that. Rather than helping, they become, I guess, social media journalists or something, and decide, well, I have to let this unfold. I'm just going to take a video of it while somebody's getting hurt. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
A little bit.
We're celebrating country gold music today from the late 1980s.
But our good friend Lola was the one who kind of got this started off. And wow, 18 years ago, am I reading this right? 18 years ago today, the South Side Fire occurred.
April Fools.
Here in Broken Bow. Wow.
I didn't, Lola, thanks for reminding us. I knew that it was April Fools, but boy, 18 years ago, it passes by pretty quickly, but that particular feeling we had that night and through the days following, most folks will never forget. Certainly the Chapins will not, because they lost the store and rebuilt it right in the same location. That's the Chapins for you. But boy, yeah, thanks for reminding us that, Lola. It was not a joke. You're right. It was for real, and it was a bad one. Jeannie M. Meyer, I do remember the fire. We're coming back from Arnold and could see the smoke from Myrna. Wow. Yeah. And I remember standing in the park along Paul Page, with Paul Page. He was sitting on a park bench, and he was a longtime fire chief. And he just told me, he said, Dave, I worried about this for a long, long time with this happening with this wonderful old building. And I remember he was very, very sad, and they were bringing more crews in from everywhere. So, and there was a lot of work to be done following. The city of Broken Bow had special meetings that they held once or twice a day to update everybody as to what was happening and what was going on. And at that time, Deb Fisher was in the unicameral and represented this district and showed up at one of the town hall meetings. And oh yeah, it was a lot of memories, and not of them very good from that period of time.
But you know what? That side of the square is no longer vacant.
It is not.
And so thank you, business people, for rebuilding like you talked about, and it looks beautiful on that side of the square.
Well, you couldn't stop Gene and Lola from rebuilding. They never hesitated. I remember Lola being at the meeting that Deb Fisher was at, and they were talking, and already was, and I don't know if it was in the back of their mind or in the front of their mind, but it was pretty clear what they were going to do. And then R.J. Thomas, a few years later, was able to build the addition to the Arrow Hotel and Suites and bring that side of the square back to complete life. And then, of course, you have the the One Box Memorial on the end of the block, which had been there. So, yeah, it looks great. It looks great. We're lucky to have people that will reinvest.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah. Well, it's time for one more oldie but goodie to take us up to the top of the hour. You ready?
All right.
Here we go.
KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Wisconsin voters will choose today who will fill a state Supreme Court seat, the most expensive judicial race in U.S. history. University of Minnesota professor Lawrence Jacobs.
This state Supreme Court race, which usually has maybe a fifth of the electorate turning out, is all of a sudden having extraordinary amounts of money being poured in as Democrats and Republicans see the stakes.
The Trump administration says in a court filing it mistakenly deported an El Salvador native with protected status. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
At this point, there does not appear to be a plan to remedy the mistake that happened and to get Mr. Garcia back in the United States.
An apparent tornado ripped the roof off a school gym in Dothan, Alabama. 8th grader Oliver McBroom.
Shingles started flying everywhere, glass started breaking, and so they moved us out to the hallway. And the teachers did try their best to keep us safe.
CBS News Brief, I'm Wendy Gillette.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. 783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Chicago Cubs won the late ball game in Sacramento, beating the Athletics 18-3. Carson Kelly hit for the cycle. He went 4 for 4, 5 RBIs. The Dodgers are 6-0 after beating winless Atlanta 6-1, and Braves outfielder Jurickson Profar was suspended 80 games for PEDs. The Padres are 5-0 for the first time ever after downing Cleveland 7-2. Wins for Detroit and San Francisco. Cincinnati was a 14-3 winner over Texas as Ellie De La Cruz went 4 for 5, 7 RBIs, including 2 home runs. The Mets got a grand slam from Pete Alonso among their 4 homers in a win at Miami 10-4. The Red Sox are giving lefty pitcher Garrett Crochet a 6-year extension. In the NBA, Oklahoma City won its 10th straight game, Boston its 9th straight, Lakers beat Houston, and women's basketball wins for Texas and Connecticut.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Cloudy today with a chance for storms. Highs around 62. South winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected again tonight. Chance of thunderstorms. Lows level off around 32. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance of rain showers. High of 52. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
RTA's Hardware is your connection for projects large to small. But there's so much more than hardware. Visit them for grills, smokers, home decor, countertop appliances, and outdoor living items, in addition to what you need for your projects. RTA's Hardware in Broken Bow.
Currently 42 under a cloudy sky. Winds picking up out of the southeast, 5 to 15 plus miles per hour. A little bit of sort of moisture in the air, maybe a little fog, a little mist out there. Humidity's at 85 to 90% right now. High yesterday was 48, so it didn't cool off much overnight, but we are still now at 42, and we've been in the low 40s all morning long, most all night long. You're listening to The Breakfast Show. I want to remind you that the Goodwill truck will be at the former Gary Superfoods parking lot. Probably, if it isn't there now, will be today through Friday. And or when it's full. This time of year it fills up pretty quick because people are doing some of that spring cleaning and that sort of thing. So if you go to the trailer and put your goods in it, please make sure they're nice and clean and ready for somebody else to use. Do not leave your items outside of the trailer. Go up the steps and take them clear to the front. And that way everybody will do the same and we'll get that trailer loaded up by the end of the week. Food Pantry is open today from 1 until 3 p.m. at 1100 South 6th Avenue as well. You can stop by and make donations, or if you're in need, stop by and see how you can pick up some goods at the Food Pantry. Tomorrow, sermons a la carte at the Broken Bow United Methodist Church. That's over the noon hour. Half hour of worship service, then a free will donation. Those who need to return to work will be invited to the front of the line. This one is sponsored by the First Presbyterian Church. Different churches sponsor it, but they all take place at the United Methodist Church up on top of the hill here in Broken Bow. So do not do it. I know it's tempting. You're hungry, you want to get to the line first, but if you're not working, don't say you're working. If you're like if you're retired or you have a day off, don't do it.
Okay.
Oh gosh. So I would be interested to see how, speaking of standing in line, this will work. There's a Bob Dylan concert tonight at the Orpheum in Omaha.
Oh.
And his tours, man, they're really ranting and raving about how people have enjoyed it. But he has a rule when he's performing on his own. Now, he'll sometimes perform with other artists. He's going to be in the Outlaw Show, which is coming up this year with different artists. But when he does his own show, he has this rule on this tour that, I was told this yesterday, that you can't bring your cell phone in.
Oh.
Which I kind of like the idea of that. But you have to have your cell phone in most cases, if not all cases.
Oh, to have your ticket checked.
Because your ticket's on your phone,
yeah.
Right? So I wonder how that would work. You get approved, and then you must move through, and then they bag your phone?
I have no idea.
And I'm also wondering
I can't imagine too many people wanting to give up their phone to somebody, though.
I know.
Yeah. Maybe they'll just kind of enforce don't use your cell phone at the concert.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And that's a good question, because you're right. A lot of the tickets now you just get sent to your phone, and that's how you get in to whatever, a game, a concert, whatever.
So they approve it, you get in, and then they bag it. Or, like you say, maybe they enforce it. But that never works.
Yeah.
You got people there that might be saying, this might be the last time I see Bob Dylan, the all-time best songwriter in history, and I'm going to get a picture or I'm going to get a video. I don't know if you could enforce that or not. And evidently, he really doesn't care for that. And he's 80-some years old. If he doesn't want phones in there, they want to see the show, I guess you make that choice. But
yeah, that is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're going to go backwards a little bit here to the mid-'80s.
Okay.
On our music today that we're featuring. So let's go between 1984 and 1986 with Steve Earle.
Hey, pretty baby, are you ready for me? Yeah, it's your good rockin' daddy down from Tennessee. I'm just out of Austin, bound for San Antonio with a
capacity for innovation and growth. At Nebraska State Bank, we work hard to support our customers' growth, and that means growing ourselves as well. We offer a variety of banking products to make banking easier, especially during busy times, such as making payments online, signing loan documents digitally, or mobile depositing a check. These are just a few ways we can help simplify your life. Visit nesb.bank or call any of our branches to learn more about how we can make banking easier for you. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
Evans Feed Company is proud to serve Central Nebraska's cattle producers with quality feed, mineral, and salt products, and great service, too. Evans Feed has a full line of feed products on hand. Bulk grain products, creep feed, and distiller's pellets, too. They have a very complete line of horse, goat, sheep, pig, bird, and chicken feeds, and pet foods galore. Check out Evans Feed. They deliver great products to your farm or ranch. 800-830-2119. Give them a call. That's Evans Feed, locally owned and operated.
Tax time is here again. This is Janet from your local H&R Block office. At H&R Block, tax time is when our tax pros get to do what they love the most. Help people. With the guarantee of 100% accuracy and your maximum refund, you can file with confidence and the convenience of a local H&R Block office. Walk in or call to make an appointment to get your taxes squared away. Come in or call your local H&R Block office in Ord, O'Neill, or Broken Bow. All tax situations are different and not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
It is 9:12. You're listening to The Breakfast Show, and we appreciate that each and every day. We're playing music from the 1980s today on the countryside. Hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll do something different tomorrow. We try not to do the same thing every day and mix it up a little bit. If you want to kind of think about getting healthier, I have a solution for you, Brent, or the listeners out there. Jump in a lake.
Oh, okay. So literally, go jump in the lake.
Yep. How many times you heard that? Go jump in a lake.
Yeah.
Well, people who do that freezing is for a reason. They do it in the ice-cold polar area where polar bears plunge. As crazy as this seems, science has discovered that our cells learn to adapt to cold, and they repair from it, and they're even stronger than before. A new study found cells improved greatly after subjects did a cold plunge.
I'm glad I was not part of that study.
Me too.
There's no way.
In
no
fact,
way.
Researchers suspect that the cold may help support long-term cell health. Yeah. You know, I always wonder about all of this stuff. You could study, and I don't think a lot of the people who do that, and they go to that effort to be healthier and improve their cells, are probably people who don't take care of themselves. But, you know, sometimes they do a study and they say your cells will be better off if you jump in where the polar bears jump, right? And then you afterwards, you go celebrate, have a party, drink a lot of whiskey, and maybe eat some fried food.
Yeah, good point. I see where you're going there.
Loaded potato, and you know, because you did it.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, more music after these words from the 1980s. Stay tuned.
Off-Broadway is exceptional assisted and independent living in Broken Bow. They'd love to have you in for a tour soon. Ask about the $99 move-in special as well as the $500 referral promotion, too. Learn more at offbroadwayapartments.com or, of course, go and visit Off-Broadway in Broken Bow. Lenten savings are waiting for you at the grocery cart. Save with seafood. Best choice Alaskan pollock fish fillets are $8.58, and chicken of the sea red salmon cans are $8.88, or go with pink salmon at $3.18. For when it's time to fry, Frying Magic Coating Mix is $1.93 a box. Whip up a delicious meal with the help of Betty Crocker Tuna Helpers, $2.28 each. Each seafood meal needs a side. Kraft macaroni and cheese boxes are $1.73. These and more Lenten savings are in the aisles and coolers at the grocery cart Broken Bow.
Starting something new can be challenging. At Mid-Plains Community College, we see what it takes to build your dreams and through our educational instruction, make them a reality. Whether you are learning a new skill that can take your professional career to the next level, or you're looking to change your life through our educational offerings, you can build a successful future. Enroll today and begin transforming your future at mpcc.edu. That's mpcc.edu.
9:19 is your time. You're listening to The Breakfast Show. And again, we appreciate that. Jack Simpson will be ready to go at 9:30 with good, pure country music for you, taking you up till 10, which is the information hour, public affairs, and, of course, Party Line on the way, and other events that are coming up that we've been talking about in some parts this morning. I'm going to disagree with this particular article. I'll tell you that right off the top. We'll see if our audience agrees or disagrees, or, Brent, if you agree or disagree, and Jack, you as well. I just don't buy this one.
Okay.
There's a study.
I love studies.
Stop blaming phones for distracting you.
Okay.
You should pick up your phone today and say, I'm sorry. It's not you, it's me.
Wait a minute. I'm picking up my phone. What am I to say?
Say, I'm sorry, it's
okay.
not you, phone, it's me.
All right, I'm saying it right now. I'm sorry. It's not you, phone. It's me.
A new study finds that humans will always find something to take their attention elsewhere. And we can't just blame it all on our phones. Researchers asked study participants to put their phones away at work and keep them at a distance and see if they got more done. Instead of reaching for their phones, they found something else to distract them, like laptops. It's estimated that we reach for our phones every 4 to 6 minutes during the day.
Wow.
Yeah. And I wanted to say that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sad, but it is true.
It probably is. Yeah.
But I don't believe for a moment that we were less distracted. Well, let me put it this way. I believe there were distractions before phones, but I don't think people were as distracted since we've started using smartphones. I just don't buy that. I wouldn't go look for something else. Now, they say a laptop. Well,
that's almost what the phone has turned into.
It's really kind of the same thing.
I've said this 1,000 times. It's not a phone. When the cell phone first came out, the only thing you could do with it was basically use it as a phone, right?
Right.
You just could make a call, and that's what they were used for. This isn't a phone anymore. It's a, well, kind of your own personal little laptop. I'm watching TV on my phone, man. Who would have ever dreamed that I'd be watching a ball game on my phone?
That's just great.
That's crazy.
It's the devil.
Not to say that I haven't enjoyed being able to access games on my phone, because I've taken advantage of it many, many, many times.
It's the devil.
Well,
I would wonder. Now, I'm old enough to remember. I don't know how many of you out there are, but out on Rhino and Pass, where my Uncle Lon and Joanne live, they still had a phone on the wall, the old wood phone with the crank on the side.
Oh, really?
And you held the speaker to your mouth and and it was a party line.
Sure.
So, and they had a crank on the side, and everybody knew their ring. So if you cranked 3 times, stopped, and 2 more, that was so-and-so. And there was a problem with the party lines back in the day because people were listening in on what other people were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it became addictive. And it was a distraction. And pretty soon, somebody would say, Thelma, get off the line. I know you're listening.
Oh, boy.
And then they would say,
if the wife and I the fussing, brother, that's all right. 'Cause me and that woman bought a license to fight. Why don't you mind your own
Leave me alone.
How long was that song?
About 2 minutes, 2:30, something like that.
Okay. I was hoping it'd be about 4 minutes. I wanted to check my phone.
Oh, Lord.
Isn't that what the study said, every 4 or 6 minutes?
It's the devil.
Okay.
It was made by the devil. Well, here's one for you before we close the show. I'm going to give you guys some advice out there.
Oh, okay.
I know that you're thinking, Dave, what do you know? And I say, not very much, but I do know this. Because this distraction thing we're talking about can be misinterpreted for bad hearing. Right?
Yeah.
You're distracted. You're looking at your phone. You're watching a ball game, whatever. It's distracting you from what your love of your life is telling you or asking you. But there's part of that that is physical. Women's hearing is more sensitive than men's.
More sensitive?
Yes.
Okay.
So your wife asks you to turn down the music in your car. You probably need to do it because her hearing is more sensitive than yours.
Ah.
A new study
good.
finds that women's hearing is more sensitive than men by about 2 full decibels.
Really?
And it has nothing to do with age or environment. Researchers say the difference could be between women's hormones during development or even the shape of their ear cavities compared to men's.
Huh.
One thing was the same between both sexes, though. The right ear is more sensitive than the left.
Huh.
You heard it right here on The Breakfast Show.
That's right.
The smartphone was created by the devil, and women can hear better than men.
Yeah.
And don't hold your coffee cup when you're breaking up a fight.
Yes.
And if you want to get to Hooters, get there quick because they're going broke. What else did we cover today?
Well, I don't know. That's a lot of information to share in one
Woo,
show.
Man.
Woo.
We had a request for a song. We've already played some Clint Black, but this is Jack's dad, and he knows his music, so I respect him for that, and he wants to hear a little Clint Black Killing Time to close the show.
Hey, all right.
So that's what we're going to do. Any last thoughts? Did we cover everything today? I thought we did real good on, all different subjects. Parking at your place and my place.
Yes, yeah, we've touched on a lot of different things here today. Whew.
Yeah, I'm almost exhausted.
I got to check my phone.
Oh, gosh.
It's been 4 minutes. I got to check my phone.
Oh, my Lord. And this guy checking his phone, and he knows all the all-star fake wrestlers. It's ridiculous, and he's my neighbor.
Can't wait for the triple threat match at WrestleMania. Oh, man. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. What a great match that's going to be.
Whew. You ever heard the song, Lord, What Have I Done?
Yeah.
To deserve all-star wrestling on The Breakfast Show? What have I done to deserve that? I've always been nice to you.
I know.
I've never done anything to you.
I know you haven't. Well, I don't. Wait a minute.
Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you each and every day.
You were